Hey you guys, it's Novelistine and I'm back. It's been forever, but I've been recording videos, but now I'm here, okay? So, I wanted to film this video like yesterday on my birthday. Well, technically on New Year's, which is when I typically post it, but like, y'all, I've been deadly tired working extra overtime, so I'm like tired and I'm not looking forward tomorrow because we're about to be yelled at our boss's boss. Child, it's a lot. But this is my goals for like 2022. Uh, I think I should start with like how many books I want to read. I want to read like 100. That's my goal. If I make it, I make it. But let's start with like, I try to break it down by genres and stuff that I want to read. I'm kind of cutting things in half instead of 12, one per month. I'm going to cut it down to 6, especially since I got inspired by Books Prose Club, where, no, Black Prose Club, and we were discussing like where Oshale was basically telling Brittany to like read romance, like strictly romance, like no fantasy romance, none of that. Okay, like just strictly romance. And then Brittany was like, nah, bitch, like you won't have to do the same thing too. Read strictly fantasy, like a heavy set fantasy. And I was like, I want to join in too. So like they're gonna come up with a month to pick this readathon. Hopefully it's all month instead of just 2 weeks because I've been inspired, but I want to diversify which genres I want to read into, and I realized that heavy sci-fi, it's not my thing. However, that's kind of what I want to do this year, and it's been a long time since I've gone into a heavy fantasy since I was like what, middle school and high school. So like, yeah, that's definitely it. However, as usual, let's start with money though. I want to spend only 300. It's a little price, but $300 for the entire year on books. And since I mostly are getting like ebooks in general, that should be easy for me. Plus, I've been using my library like a whole lot last year, so I feel like this is a reachable goal. And in fact, I predict I'll be spending a whole lot less on books, on ebooks in general. So every single book, I'm gonna have to add it onto the list. So yeah, that's my goal. Only $300 for the entire year. That includes physical books, ebooks, oh god, audiobooks. I think I can do it. I've been utilizing my library the majority of the time, so that should be easy, right? Anyways, but I feel like I should start with the most thing that I'm not looking forward to, and that is steampunk. I decided that I'm going to read 2 steampunks, okay? 2 steampunks, and I'm going to cheat with constant genres because steampunk is not my thing, like, at all. Like, I absolutely hate it. Like, it makes me feel dirty. Not like sin, you have sin dirty. No, I mean like I need to take a hot ass shower, take boiling ass water into my skin and like wash all the filthiness away. And because steampunk is always set from or inspired by European Victorian settings, I don't know what it is about steampunk, but it makes me feel revolted. And it's like it don't matter if it's a book, video games, movies. I hate steampunk so bad. Like I just feel filthy, all the grease on my like skin, and it's like shit everywhere. And it's like, especially since it's like mostly like European Victorian settings, they were filthy back then. Like I'm just thinking about, maybe it's because it stems from like history, that one history class, and like because history class at the time when I was in middle school was like before my English class, so I don't know if they were like working together conspiring against us, but like ever since we were watching this documentary of how they have shit and all this other stuff, and obviously like how unhygienic they were in the Europeans, and then reading some kind of steampunk like short story after that, but I kept focusing on history class. It was just a hot mess, and all I kept thinking of is, what if that shit that they threw out the window fell on top of my fucking head? First of all, I'm black, so look, listen. My peoples would be asleep, but imagine just walking around and just random shit just flying out someone's window and it lands on you. First of all, I got an afro. It takes a lot to nurture this shit, and then imagine if you got some beautiful locks and you just retwisted in that. I cannot stand steampunk, so I'm only gonna read 2. And literally before I started recording, I started looking up certain steampunk, and I was shocked by the things that were on the list because it's like, wait a minute, I've already watched Full Metal Alchemy. Why don't I don't consider that steampunk? Maybe because they're not white, in my opinion. No shade, but it's like every time, whether it's on movies and stuff, I just feel disgusted, and I don't want to be there. And it's just a hot mess. And then what else? I know that the Black no, the Black God's Drum. That's also on my TBR. In fact, I think I added it to my spoiled milk section because I tried to read it, but then I couldn't get over the steampunk setting because I couldn't, I don't know. Like I said, steampunk automatically makes me feel revulsion. So I think I'm going to retry reading that. Definitely read the first volume of Full Metal Alchemist because I already watched the whole entire show for the first one and also the Brotherhood version. So I'm down pat. So I feel like, you know what, okay, since it's already added to the list, there was something else that was also steampunk on that list that I was shocked to see, but child, whatever. It's been 6 minutes. Let's move on. So on top of, 100 books and all that other stuff, I want to read 6 tomes. I want to read 6 classics. I want to start reading 6 series, right? But that should be easy because like most of the books that I start is either standalone or series. I want to start reading 6 series and I want to finish 6 series. So it doesn't have to be the same thing like I said the last year, but like it just has to be that. Ooh, and 6 horrors. Now then, I have been watching the nerdy narrative, and she is really into horror, and she's been giving me like a whole bunch of recommendations. Some of them are on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, oh, I want to read that. So I'm actually excited about the horror genre now because I lowered everything down. I feel great. I also want to read 4 high/epic fantasy with no romance. In general, like I said, I'm very influenced by the Black Prose book club. Like ever since they started having that conversation, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna incorporate that all year round. That should have been, I probably should have saved that for like when they decide on the month, but I was like, no, let me do this all year, because I ain't no punk. But yeah, I'm gonna read, instead of 6 heavy sci-fi, I want to read 4 heavy sci-fi. I have a feeling, what was it? To Sleep in the Sea and Stars. I actually got that checked out right now. I also want to read Leviathan, the Leviathan Escapes, whatever that book series is. I want to read that first book at least, and maybe a few others. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna have to like really dig deep. I feel like most of the heavy sci-fi are gonna come out this year is the ones that interest me. I hadn't found, like, as I'm looking for because I'm trying to make a TBR for the entire year, so I'm not going all over the place, But what else besides 2 westerns. So I don't think I remember reading westerns unless it's like a classic back in required reading for school. But like I want to read a western, and I don't know if I should cheat. To be honest, I really don't know if I should cheat and do cross genres and shit. But that's kind of what I want to do. I think I might read a western that's kind of mixed with other things, with other subgenres, just so I can dip my toe in it. But that's a goal. 2 westerns, 2 steampunks. That is it, okay? And I want to diversify my reading, obviously, and I decided to like kind of break shit down. So 15 YA books, because I didn't really read that much YA last year. Now, most of them were new adult or adult, to be honest. And I want to read 15 middle school/kids. I'm going to put them all in together books. Obviously, Amari and the Night Brothers really inspired me to do this. Plus, there was a lot of, middle school from books/kids books that was from Black authors that came out last year that everyone was raving about. Like, I know I just checked out Root Magic. Who's the author of Dread Nation? Whoever is the author of Dread Nation, they actually have a middle school book, which I just checked out too. There's also, I really want to finish my Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson series. Like, I'm going to reread that, plus finish the ones, I'm going to reread to the part where I stopped, and then continue reading on, because I love it. I can't believe I stopped. I don't know why I stopped too, but yeah, that is definitely a goal. So I'm going to make a list of all the stuff that I want to read. Also, I want to read 35 adults / 35 adults, and I want to read 35 new adult books. So I feel like new adult is going to be a little bit harder to find, because it's not that, I feel like, I don't know, new adult is that genre / I don't know, age group that I feel like is going through the YA phase. When YA was a big buzz and like they're really starting to cater to YA, I feel like this is happening to new adult. But I think, I don't know, maybe because I don't think new adult had a book that really made people pay attention to new adult yet. Just like how Twilight was a book that made people pay attention to YA, whether it's good or bad. I feel like people hadn't been paying much attention to new adult. So hopefully I'm just going to look at the list. I know some of them are definitely new adult. I consider the Court of Rose and Thorns, from Sarah J. Maas to be new new adult. In general, I don't care. It's new adult to me, including the newer one, which I literally just bought, and her newer series. Like, they categorize it as adult, but to be honest with you, because of Sarah J. Maas, I do push her into the new adult genre. So yeah, that's gonna happen. What else? What else? Oh yeah, six nonfiction. Yeah. I just suck at nonfiction. I literally have a few checked out. I got Ace checked out right now. I have Bad Blood checked out right now. What else do I have checked out right now? That's nonfiction. Oh, the woman they tried to silence, and I think it's about the girl who got sent to an insane asylum. It was popular last year, and I also checked out Together with Empire Pain, but since it's such a popular book, I couldn't renew it, so I had to return it. So I'm gonna put it back on hold. What other new adult? No, what other nonfiction? Ooh, there's and I also checked out Cultish. Who was it? Who put it on my list? Ah, insert YouTuber here. But yeah, it wasn't Bookish Bethany. Oh, books like well, yo, she really put me on to Cultish. Even though it was just from a video essay standpoint, I was like added. And here's the thing, I hadn't been reading much thrillers and mysteries last year, so if anything, I might read 4 mystery slash thriller stuff. I'll add it to the list, but it's not heavy on my mind, you know. What else? 6 maybe. Maybe. Okay. What else? Ooh, I think I want to read at least 70 backlist books that includes second books in the series, because I was thinking, maybe even if it came out in 2021, I might consider that backlist. I don't know. I don't know. It feels too recent because I don't know. 2021 feels like 2020 to be honest. Anyways, and I might read 30 books in 2022. New books, as in that just came out in 2022. I have a list of books that I'm excited for, and I put it on my Goodreads by year. So I'm excited. I probably won't get to all of them, but like if I could reach that goal, that'd be great. That'd be great. Oh, manga and comments. I'm definitely gonna read 15 comments. I won't count, even if I like, because sometimes I do have a tendency to be cheating and like reading, within the same book series, and if it's a long book series, then yeah, I'm gonna count it towards this as it counts. No, I'm gonna read 16. I mean, no, 15 different mangas slash comic books from different series. So even if I do this am interested, then I'm still gonna have to find something else. Like so far, oh my god, I just got volume one. That's gonna count as one. I'm also gonna reread Saga, because I heard that chapter 55, 59. Either way, it just came out, and I'm very nervous because the last, like, I keep hearing that it ends on a cliffhanger and it's starting with a new. I don't know how it's gonna be, because I see my baby girl on the front cover and I was like, who are these people? Who's the koala bear? It's a lot. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. So yeah, that's gonna count like as 2. I also have Root Magic, I think. Either way, I'm gonna start reading along with Beautician and Booktition and Bookish Realm, because they have this comic book club thing going on. I checked out the books that was for December, but I didn't read it on time because it didn't get to me on time. And I was like, by the time I was hell excited to read all these comics and stuff, it kind of waned out. So I'm gonna slowly win and just go back and comment my thoughts and opinions on the comment section later on after it's posted. And so there's that. Ooh, I've been trying to hunt down this one. Oh yeah. Blackbird, definitely gonna count as another one. The Neverland, The Promised Neverland. I've heard that season 2 sucks. I'm scared, but I have yet to watch season 1. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna continue. I remember a few years ago, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in my archive that you can check, where I had the thumbnail on and everything. But I read the first book for The Promised Neverland, and I had the other 2 checked out, but it's so popular that I had to be sent back to the library, so I'm putting it back on hold. It took forever for it to get to me, so I'm probably going to be a long ass line for those physical copies. So that's another one. What other comic books that's on my list? There was a few others, but I've been trying to hunt down this one manga. I feel like the manga community can come through and like help me out. But there's this one manga where it features like this girl who's from this village where they sacrifice a woman to the water god, and the water god takes her, but she's shocked because the water god is like this tiny boy, and she meets this grown ass man who is like kind of flirty, but like kind of not. But then he's like elusive, and like she doesn't know what's going on because technically she's like the water god's bride, so she can't be that close. And I remember because I found out that I got deep enough to know that the boy and the man, they're literally the same person, but he's like cursed in some kind of way. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna hunt that shit down and I'm gonna finish reading it, because I remember being in high school reading that shit, like I was eating that shit up. Like I was eating it up. So I need to find it out and hopefully I like it. So I think that's it. And obviously I'm gonna go through my TBR, what's on my Goodreads and stuff, to like and make a chart. And I'm so excited because I finally figured out how to grab, data from another Google Sheets into a completely separate tab. So I literally am collecting data from 2020 all the way to 2030. So, but I had to like create individually ones for like each year and make sure that everything matched, because like I was having a hard time, like how come nothing is matching, and if I try to change stuff around for the master list for the past 10 years, like it fucks up the other one and it gives me an error. So now I'm figuring shit out. Now I don't know how it's gonna be when it comes for the graphs and shit, but we gonna figure it out. We're gonna watch a whole bunch of YouTube tutorials together and we're gonna figure it out. I don't know what else to say. And I definitely want to do more reviews, because like, child, there's a lot. Okay, Kindle Unlimited has me wrapped around, like Kindle Unlimited has me in a chokehold. So there's been a lot of good books. And now that, and especially one thing about Kindle Unlimited, they're gonna recommend you some books after you finish one book. Okay, like from different authors that you never heard of. Some of them I definitely heard of like multiple times. Like, okay, you ain't gotta tell me. Like I already got them on my Goodreads. You ain't gotta tell me multiple times. Okay, like I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. But like, thank you. Thank you for the recommendation, girl. But like, as I'm exploring different genres, that's when they start to recommend me. Oh, maybe you might like this and this. So I've been eating that shit up. And yeah, and hopefully, oh yeah, and I also hope to read a lot more physical books, because I've been like literally 2021, damn near all of them has been digital format, like ebooks, audiobooks, and it's not to say, and probably only a few of them are both, and I make sure to add the option for to have both, because sometimes I like to listen to the audible and read along, and I count it as both. But I'm trying to read a lot more strictly. Even if I have access to the audiobook through the library, I'm gonna try to, not check out the audiobook and the physical book at the same time, so I can force myself to read physically. But I don't know, I might do that with the mysteries, because I don't know, man. I would probably say, because when it comes for mystery genres, I just prefer the audiobook, so I can like be in shock as I'm going to work and shit. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm looking at my list. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm excited, y'all. What are your goals today? Like, I might have to add some of your goals to my goals. Like, let me know. Let me know. So I'm gonna end this, and I'm definitely gonna have to finish working on another separate spreadsheet so I can like color code and all that other stuff on my TBR, so that way I know, okay, it matches. All right, peace.